Now, my next guest has not been on my show either. He has a couple of people with him, too. I have, and I hope I say it right, Zach Madrigal.
Yes.
And he is with Schooley Mitchell. Welcome to the show. Please tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and who you have with you. Go ahead.
Great. Let me introduce my colleagues, Mike Gannon and Charlie Bew.
Hello.
And we're live on Facebook for everybody that's listening to. Hi out there. Okay. And you can call throughout the rest of the show. All of those people that are listening, listen up to this. This is something very important. Go ahead.
Yep. Schooley Mitchell is the largest and most respected telecommunications and merchant services auditing, analysis, and optimization consulting practice.
Okay. So what does that all mean? That's a lot of wording.
Yep. So what that means is that we come into a business and we analyze their telecommunications, their internet, their wireless, their landline, their mobile phones, all their tools that they use to communicate, and the same with their merchant services, their processing units. We analyze them, we look for revenue leakage, gaps, billing errors, overage, and we make sure you're optimized correctly to your business.
Okay, now, when I was talking to you before, do you, can you help anyone from anywhere?
Absolutely. So we work Arizona and across the country, and we specialize in healthcare, but we can help any type of business that has these needs. And most people are saying, I have business, telecommunications and merchant services, but I don't even know what I'm spending. And so that's where we can help you out.
I'll tell you something. I believe in it wholeheartedly. Everybody has to check it out. If you don't, a lot of people stay because they're just, used to it. Mm-hmm. They're comfortable with them, or they don't even know to check. But that's the whole point. Really, you can have somebody like you guys do a audit, which we're going to talk a little bit about. We're calling it analysis, really, that you can go in and kind of show them where they can save you money. And if you can, then you'd be very happy to find that out. So you're offering everybody a free analysis. It's a strategic optimization on their telecommunication or their merchant. This is their merchant services. This is a $300 value free to them. What does that mean? So what is it that you do?
So what we'll do is we'll come in there, we'll get their statements, their 3 months of their current statements, we'll get their contract, and we'll analyze it, and we'll start doing a deep forensic dive into their utilizations of their tools. And
now, this is also a win-win. You said it's a win-win situation, and the reason why was what?
It's 100% risk-free. So there's completely no charge at all unless we find billing errors and we can reduce their baseline cost. It's a small percentage that we get.
So we're going to open up the lines to the audience, and everyone's going to get this free analysis that they're talking about. It's a $300 value free to you out there. Again, it's no risk because there's no charge unless they find, what they can do to help you. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so the number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. They do free consultations. You can also check them out on their website, which is Schooley, Schooley. Mitchell is Mitchell, so there's double L in there.
Yes.
.com, but you have to go /Z, and then it's spelled Madrigal.
Correct.
Call in here and get it so we can just give you the information. 602-277-5369. Okay, so there's 3 specific areas that you differentiate with your services. What are those areas?
Well, at this time, the Schooley Mitchell is the largest independent cost-reducing consulting firm in North America, focusing predominantly on telecom services and on merchant EPP services.
So, but
at this stage,
go ahead.
At this stage, we have over 300 professional consultants in the field, and we have documented savings of almost $270 million with these customers.
So basically, when with who you work with, you actually can come in and do, but anybody. It didn't have to be. You said that you focus on a lot of medical, but you can do any kind of business.
Any type of company. We have 17,000 clients that have used our services, and like Mike said, we've saved over $270 million of total savings.
So there's a lot of people that have started their own businesses. Can it be them home-based business as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm asking because there are a lot of them. A lot of people out there. They might even have 2 businesses running in their house. Is that so? It's okay to do that too?
Absolutely.
So we've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered into win. We've got a free analysis and and strategic optimization on your telecommunications and your merchant services. It's a $300 value free to you. Again, this is a win-win situation because 100% no charge unless they find where they can, save you
Documented
money.
savings.
So again, that number here to call is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Now, I want to get everything clear. Do you not provide equipment, or how does that work?
Yeah, Carol, I want to make clear that Schooley Mitchell does not sell equipment. We don't not sell any sort of provider services. We work specifically for the client to make sure that they're not overpaying on any of their services.
So really, it's just you come in, you do the analysis, and that's it. You're telling them how much, and then what do they do? Well, do they switch over to you and use through you? How does it work?
No, again, we try not to move their services from one provider to another unless there's significant savings involved.
Okay.
If there is, then we make a recommendation to them. They make that choice. And then what we do is we provide ongoing analysis of their systems, look in the greater market to see if there's more savings out there that can be taken advantage of, and just make sure that, again, to Zach's point, make sure we're optimizing their telecommunications and merchant service spending.
So you're doing the thinking for them.
That's exactly right. They don't have time, they don't have personnel to look line by line on these bills that they're getting and paying every month. That's what we do for them.
Now, again, this is a win-win because there's no charge, 100% no charge, unless they find something for you.
Absolutely. How many businesses out there, of all your listeners, that are saying, I'm paying all this money for my telecommunications and my merchant services, but I have no idea if I've been paying the right amount of money? That's where we can come in and help your listeners out.
Most people don't know. You hit it on the head. Really, most people don't even know. Or they say it's somewhere around this percentage or whatever.
Most of the CEOs that we talk to and the CFOs saying that, I know what I'm paying, and if there's a bump in it, I'm concerned, but I don't know what to do when I find that or I notice that. And that's where they call and say, Zach, come on in. We need your help.
I'll tell you something, too. A lot of people start in a business, whether they have a company or a small business or whatever it is, and they start running and they go in and they're making money and they're really happy and they got this merchant account and they're so excited because now it's coming in like this and much faster and they're working and then they just forget about that part of it.
That's right.
Because they just keep on going and going and going and going, and they don't realize that there are companies like this, people like this, that you can actually do the work for them, as you said. Okay, so in other words, why should my listeners be interested in cost savings with telecom and merchant services? That's what a question is right there. I think you can answer it.
Absolutely. If you're paying a substantial amount of your telecom and merchant services and you're highly concerned that you're not even paying the right amount, or you're paying way too much, or you're not optimized correctly, that's where Schooley Mitchell can come in and help out.
What information do they have to give you before they get started?
Well, Schooley Mitchell refers to it as a 1, 2, 3-step process. Basically, we go in, we get a signed service agreement, usually on the first call. Then we get a letter of authorization so we can go talk to the vendors that they do business with and act on their behalf as their agent. And usually we collect about 3 months' worth of invoices from all of their vendors so we can do the deep depth analysis. That's step 2, where we analyze. That takes about 6 weeks. This is extremely detailed. We use proprietary software, and we have, as Zach mentioned, 17,000 customers we have history on. And step 3 finally is, well, we go in and we do a presentation. We give them at least 3 options. And these 3 options, the customer selects. We only offer what we see as the savings. Once they accept, we do the implementation for them, act on their behalf. So there's really very little reason for them to have any interruption of business, and we take over from there.
Again, it's a it's 100% guarantee that if all they have to do is check it out. If they don't find anything, you don't pay. But if they do, that's when it comes in. When you're working with people, generally, how often do you find that you can save them money?
It's nearly about 85-90%. We can find some types of cost savings within their practice. Carol, let me go back and say one more thing. When we sign up a new client partner, then we analyze them every 3 months for the duration of the service agreement. So we run this analytics portion of it every 90 days. So we are constantly finding savings, and we're looking all the time. And if we don't find them, that doesn't mean that we're one and done. done. That means we will continue to monitor that so that the owners of these companies, they'll know that someone's watching real tightly on their merchant services and telecommunications.
Now, the website, you also had a video that you showed me before. We're
Yes.
also going to give everyone that, too.
3
We're going to
minute.
go ahead. So it's just a 3-minute video that everybody can see. We're going to go ahead and keep our lines open here for the next 5 or so minutes. Everyone could call in. You're getting a free analysis and strategic optimization on your telecommunications and merchant services. And the video, we're going to give you that, too. And that's a $300 value free to you. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. They do free consultations. You can check them out on their websites. It is Schooley Mitchell, that's Mitchell with 2 L's, .com / it's ZMADRIGAL, or call us here. Get this. This is a win-win situation. You're not paying any money unless they can find that they can help you. 602-277-5369.